second here. Good morning. There I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's go, let's go. You're in, say good morning. What's going on? I'm trying background music today. You're gonna have to let me know if it's too loud, if it's too soft. You're gonna have to help me out. I just been listening to the streams on playback, and I'm listening to music generally, but I just realized like no music in the background is just brutal. So I hooked it up with that. It's hard finding copyright music, that's for darn sure. All right, so playing off of let's talk first about yesterday. Ended up $50 down, $50 up. Having a pretty good run right now. Really since the 10th when we opened these accounts. If we go into the Tradeify dashboard, we can see I want to say one red day since I opened these accounts, which I'm definitely happy about. It's so yeah, here's July. And if we go to June, when I open these accounts, doing good. So that's going to be that for now. Now we can start to think about what's going on today. I actually am going to get off of these for now. Can we go chill? Let's try this one. Yeah, that's more the vibe I want right now. So first we can talk ATRs and range, see where we're at. It's been a low range, hasn't been that volatile the last week or so. So we've really seen the ATRs dive down. If I drop into the screen here, we've seen ATRs drop down. So just going across the board, 281 on 582. So really, I'm going through this to determine what the volatility is for that day and whether or not I should be trading the VWAP bands or just sticking primarily to the 30-minute chart. That's really, this is all of the market analysis that I'm going to do. All right, so at 281 and 582, I mean, I'm not a genius, but I know that that's not 50%. So we need 291. We need about 10 more points to get there. So we're close. We're definitely close. We're not like brutal. On the MES, 38 on 91. Oops. Escape. So 91 divided by 2. We got to get to 45 there. So pretty much across the board, we just have a little bit of low range overnight. The only thing that's at 50% is the small caps over here on the Russell. So we'll be able to look at those, no problem. And then MEQ is just there for S's and G's. All right, so coming back now, and if we're looking, we are bull continuation. So we can make this bigger now so we don't really care about the bands. We can see a nice steady uptrend. Okay, shown by this 233 EMA. We have higher session highs continuing stacked here and some higher session lows as well, which is following this trend. I personally, and you might have heard me say it before, when it is outside yesterday's range, so here is yesterday's prior session high with today's developing POC, when we are outside yesterday to the upside, I'm not looking for shorts. I have no shorts in here. The only thing I have is longs, and I have my long at prior session POC, which I can put in right now.
Order submitted.
And I have my long down here at prior session low.
Order submitted.
Other than that, and I don't even care where those show up on the VWAP bands because, like I said, we are got a tight range. So we got to come all the way down here. That's how That's how we sit and wait for the market to open. No red folder news today, so we're good there. We don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, just trying to figure out all this stuff. On the ES, we are not there yet as far as prior session. Let me just bring this up a little bit for you guys. Okay, so we have our shorts at prior session high. If we go over to the ES, shorts at prior session high, which is above the -2s right now. So we are going to be here.
Order submitted.
And then we're going to be long here.
Order submitted.
We have current developing POC with our yesterday's prior session POC. We can see a pretty good distribution here. A lot of places that really we could pull off of. Right now, because we were so close to that opening range, we've gone up and touched it. We tested it here, 6:30 in the morning, and then we've been right around it. So it has been rejecting there, but I'm not really looking to go short just yet on this low range. This would have been a perfect touch right off the prior session high. Okay, actually just happened a little while ago. So currently that target would have been here. And look at that, right? You guys know this would have been my target. I would have played from prior session high all the way back down here to prior session POC. That would have been the trade. Right now, not going to rest anything till after the market opens, and then just have gold open just to watch. We have a bunch of things down here. Developing POC, a little stack session lows, a trend line. So we can kind of see when a lot of things start to stack up on gold, that's when I'm going to be looking to take it. Mike Terry. Good morning, bud. Peak week for Brad. 15 miles a day this week, Mike. I am going to get crushed. And Mike, we are listening to background music because I used your super chat the other day and I bought Spotify Premium. So we don't have to listen to commercials. So you have to let me know if you can hear the background music. Maybe I'll just mute it. Let me go to YouTube and see what you guys hear. All right, I think it's good. Good morning, Cube Gift. So yeah, Mike Terry, thank you so much for the Spotify Premium and the super chat, bro. Appreciate you. Cube Gift. Good morning. But as Mike's saying, yeah, outside day up. That's what we were just talking about. Snow day, right? I know the Rod's group, they call it a snow day when we are outside day up. But that's why we have other markets that we can look at and pretty much get a glimpse of. Right now, the better instrument for me to trade is just the ES. Because we're inside the range. It's just a little bit easier for me. Questions about that? Just let me know. Mike, you run this morning. What's you doing today? Yeah, Dow's going. I just know there's so many people that like the Nazzy. Maybe I'll put the Naz on. Somebody asked me like, hey, can you put the NASDAQ on your chart? Sure, we can look at the Nazzy. Oh, intervals. No, thank you. Good. You're a better man than me. Intervals. Guys, I don't know if you just saw, I just put the NAS on my chart. Like, when you have a locked-in strategy, you can do it with any instrument. I have all my settings on my charts, and boom, the NASDAQ is open. It is not on my copier. Can't trade it. I don't need to see the bands. But I know a lot of people like to sometimes see it. 1 by 12-minute intervals. What are the rest period on those 1-minute intervals? Just curious. The coach in me. The coach in me. All right. Man, the last couple of days we've been done by what? 9:40? I guess we took a second trade yesterday. That's what got me to the massive $50 in profit. That the internet will tell you is no good. Why even waste your time? Because when you copy it to a grip of accounts, it's good stuff. You 10 more minutes and the market opens. Mind coming all the way back into range. Where did my orders go? Oh, let me put it here. That's where they went. I knew I had orders resting. So where'd they go? Where'd they go? What a nice little prior session high of day for the Russell. Anybody took the Russell? Who even looks at the Russell? Who even looks at the Russell? Yeah, up here, these are sells. If you're a gold trader, and these were buys, bounced right out. Gold just. So maybe it's worth mentioning while I have you here before the market opens. I do have in the description why I don't trade the Nazzy. And I think people, when they hear me say that, it's what that you can't trade it, or people can't be successful trading it, or there's no levels, or they want to put lots of words in my mouth. And really what I mean, why I can't trade this, is because, yes, prior session high is a short for me. But the NASDAQ, the plus or minus of error of that, right? Because we know it's not always going to come and touch it to a tick, right? And when I enter trades, I am thinking, how much heat can I take? How wrong can I be with my initial entry? So I think about the zones on the NASDAQ, which are my prior session highs, my previous POCs, and my prior session lows. What is the plus or minus or elasticity of those particular entries? So when I get into a NASDAQ trade at the prior session high, I know that I need to give it a little bit of plus or minus error, and that drawdown does not make me comfortable, which is why I don't trade it. Where things that mean revert a little bit better, and I'll even admit the ES is better at mean reversion than the Dow. The Dow is just nice because at 50 cents a point, I can just take so much heat. There's no ticks, there's nothing. It's just easy math for me. And it allows me to get in a trade and know that I'm going to be okay, at least in the short term. Where even if I'm wrong, I can take that heat. Where with even gold, I have to give it so much extra room on top of the heat that I'm willing to take for it to be right. Like your entries have to be just a lot cleaner, and they have to be a lot more precise and accurate, frankly, to trade things like the NASDAQ in these particular markets, which is why I don't. And I used to, and I got burnt over and over and over and over and over again. And I wanted to be like the guys on the internet, and I wanted to be like making all this money trading the NASDAQ in these huge days. I'm just not good enough. So I'll stick to my $50 days and be happy. I haven't had stress trading in like almost a month now. I haven't had a bad day. I've had a red day, but I haven't had a bad day. Bad days are always coming, like when I try and be a tourist and trade things that I'm not supposed to be trading. Hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. Go right to POC on the Russell. 2 minutes. Yeah, we gotta stay off of this for now. Gotta sit out the Dow for now. Fortunately. So we switch up the music a little bit for that. Two minutes. Josh, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Happy Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday. Is there a bunch of likes? Smash the likes for sure. For sure. Viewership has been going up over the last couple of days. First week, we averaged like 2 to 3. Cube gift, always here. Thank you. And I think yesterday to start the week, I think we had like 9 at our peak, 9 people viewing. So thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in and hopping in. If you have any questions, please ask them. It's much easier to talk to myself when I feel like I'm answering questions and talking to you. Other than that, I just feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again. We will perfect this. We're doing this stream pretty much every day between now and Labor Day when I have to go back to work. Unless we hit 100K subs on this channel, I will quit my job by September. Really the only breaks I need, I'm running a 100-mile race at the end of this month. So I'll probably take 2 days off for travel, and I race in the weekend, so that's not a big deal. And then depending on how much recovery I need, maybe the Monday after the race I'll take off. And then like the second week in August, I'm going to take my fam away. Well, my wife and I are going to take the family away. They're going to go up to New Hampshire and hike in the White Mountains before we start training for the next 100. So maybe I'll miss like 4 or 5 days this summer, but here we go. And away they go. That's what we want from the Dow, that's for sure. Come back in range. Come back in range. ES pretty much staying flat. Russell bounced right off and then wicked back down. Oh, there goes the ES. Gold chilling. Nazzy chilling. Yeah, we definitely want the Dow in range, but still no long, still prior session POC for me on the Dow, which is way below the -2s right now. Here's our Dow. 318 range. So, you know, we're over 50% now. So we could use the bands if you really want to. If you felt comfortable trading outside day up, you could start to look at the +2s. I don't. I've heard that song before, and it's nope, never works out. Never works out for the kid. Never works out for me. And the amount of times I've thought to myself, it's never going to come down here and hit prior session POC, and then it just 2 or 3 candles and boom, it happens. We are not at 50% range yet on the ES though. Becomes a situation where we get there. What is 91 about it? We figured that out before, didn't we? 45 points. So we have to like 45, 46 points. We can start to look at the +2s here. But we can see we're in range. So we're not going to be building on that range unless we go below or outside day up, which I don't really feel that comfortable with. Nice little distribution of volume here too. Definitely want to see this pull all the way back in for the Dow. Prior session POC would have got you down there again. Just kind of chopping around. Doesn't know really what it wants to do. Does gold want to come back down and apply? And ES just looking weak today, huh? Nazzy looking weak. NQ looking weak. Makes me think some other things get back in range. The power of knowing when not to take a trade. Being okay with just chilling. And the U.S. got smacked. World Cup is over for people. Yeah, come on, Dow. Suck it, Dow. With some range, I could be tempted into taking a -2. If we continue just to come down through everything back into range. So we're gonna watch the -2s down here to around value area low. Test overnight lows. Overnight lows sitting right at -2s. We'll see how heavy everything else stays. Nazzy's still heavy. ES still heavy. So we'll see what happens. Gotta be patient, guys. Gotta be patient. Aggressive traders can even take this off of developing POC. Once again, not really my style. Something I'll pass on. Come all the way back in range, please. Yeah, everything's looking kind of heavy right now, huh? Maybe we'll go low. We'll go long at prior a value low. Just maybe we'll manage a trade so we can teach on that if we need to. It has only been 7 minutes on this candle though, so that's another thing we need to think about. All right, you don't want to be going long on a candle that's come all the way down here. You want to go long into a green candle, right? Nice little two-way wick here to open up. Slow open today. Same as yesterday. Everything yesterday was green and the Dow was red. Today is the opposite, where everything's pretty much even. NQ's down, but everything's pretty much even. The Dow has to catch up and go red with everything else. Good morning, everybody. 9 people. I think that's a high. Welcome. Let me know what will keep you here longer. Let me know if I'm boring. This is a learning experience for me. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Trying to figure it out. I know most people want to see carnage. 10 minis all in. What do they call it? Full port. Full port minis. I'm old and slow. Yeah, Nazzy's heavy too. Wow, this was a tough day. Yeah, see, like down here, this is for the Russell, that'd be a buy for me. Just looking left a little bit, seeing where things could be, but the major indices are just slowly trending upwards. That's what we want from the Dow. Let's go. Oh, value area just shifted. Suck it, Dow. +1s in POC. Tough candle to do that on. We'll do it.
Order submitted.
Came to watch trading, right? We have the range. It's a heavy candle. I'll just be willing to manage it, and I'll just be impatient with it if I need to. Cut it. We'll cut it if we need to. I'm also okay because I don't have any other really trades that are staring me in the face that I need to worry about being in multiple positions at once. So, see what happens if we get in here.
Order filled.
We're in. Let's see where this goes.
Order submitted.
Let's see how much room you want to give it. Fair amount. Looking at yesterday's volume here, I'd be looking to maybe add here. We'll see. We'll see if that wants to stay green on the day. I'm just looking at the volume profile. I'm just going to move my target right to there. With it being a heavy candle, I am going to protect myself a little bit here, I think. You know, I like my quick little winner. Go.
Order filled.
Okay. I think one of these like collapse. Nope. That was good enough. The horn. All right. We did it again. And there's 10 people here. I got to say, yeah. So thank you. Appreciate you. yeah, I mean, that's a couple things we can talk through, but that's essentially what we're doing here. I mean, wasn't an aggressive trade for really what I'm doing. Yeah, it was pretty aggressive. I did say I don't want shorts outside day up, but developing POC at a good volume node with some range, right? I was able to take that trade. It would have went all the way to VWAP, so I got that. And also was just willing to be very, very tight with my stop loss. If we would have came much below, if we would have came outside -2s, I would not have added at -2s with this add down here. And I probably would have been in a position where I would have had to stop myself out. Like I said, just with this heavy candle, but it did exactly what we needed to do. Came down. Yeah, it's low stress. That's the trade that we wanted to make. That's the trade we wanted to make. That was a $29 trade. Gets us to a little under 80 for the week. Tradeify accounts, 552. Right? Not too bad. Now the question becomes, am I interested in that trade again? Possibly. Am I interested in the +1 short? No. Still no shorts outside day up. Only longs on pullbacks. And I'm only able to make this trade because of that 318 range that we have. That trade would not be allowed for me on the ES right now because we don't have the range. What did it do though? It looks like it just, yeah. Same thing, you would have been okay. But this range, 38 on 91, just no good for me. Oh my gosh, look at the small caps. I'm going to trade the full range. So yeah, I'm okay with that trade.
Connection lost.
That's what we've been doing. Anybody else in there with me? Anybody else get a piece of that? Wow. I'm definitely interested in longs off of prior session low here. With 12 minutes left in the candle though, I'd probably want to wait till the candle closed. But yeah, this is definitely something that I'm interested in. So we're going to watch this for the next couple minutes. It'd be tight because we could come down to here, but definitely something I'm interested in. Hey, Mike, no problem, bud. Yeah, if you have any questions about anything I'm doing, please just let me know. And we'll go back and I can just recap that kind of a little. Yeah, like the -2s. Every time I get in a trade, obviously there's a lot of things I'm thinking of, but a primary thing is like, are there ads? Right? Because everything is trade management, risk management. So if prior POC wasn't here, that might open up the opportunity for me to go to add at a -2. Right? But my hierarchy of trades are prior session highs and lows. Hold on, I might have to log out of this and log back in. Our prior session highs and lows. I don't know why I just lost. Prior session highs and lows and prior POC. So everything I'm trying to do, I'm trying to do with those entries first and foremost. The bands are very, very secondary for me. They're very secondary. So when I enter with a band at -1 in this case, when I enter with that band, I still have to think about my hierarchy of my next ads and my next trades. So once this comes back up here, I'll explain it again, but I have to make sure that if I add there, I can add back. If I add here and then I add here, can I take heat to my hierarchy of prior POC? And furthermore, my hierarchy of prior session low of day. If those aren't there, or they're really, really far away, and I know I'm probably going to have to cut a trade anyway to get there, then. So if prior POC was down here, and maybe this was going to combine and be one ad, then yeah, that's when the situation comes in. But your ads always have to have a hierarchy of what's next. Where are we going to go again? Right? And in this case, when I enter here at 430, what did I enter at? 430, 424, 425-ish, right? And I want to come all the way down. I want to make sure 425 that I have heat all the way down to 186 where prior POC was, 239. So I'm going to be $119 in heat when I get down here, which is okay, right? I can take that. But if I now enter at -2s and I get down here, I'm already going to be stopped out and probably hit my max loss for the day before I get to the trades I really, really want. If that all makes sense. But thank you again for the question. I like to talk through things. It's like the teacher in me. I'm a school teacher. I like to talk things out. Oh, geez. Yeah, guys. I want this, but I don't want it on this candle. I want this trade, but not with 8 minutes to go. Anywhere in here. Not with 8 minutes to go. Maybe this is where the chat keeps me accountable. Let's watch it go all the way back up to POC. Which would be fine because it'll at least show that the thesis is correct, but how do you enter long on a candle like that? How big is this? Like, it's really from up here, right? $30-point candle. Like, how you can't? You might be able to. I can't enter long on that. I gotta wait. I can wait 7 minutes, see if it settles back into the bands. Then we can try and get some of this pullback into that. But look, everything's heavy right now. Let's keep this up here so we can watch this. So hypothetically speaking, I would be in the Russell right now. Right here. If the time allowed me to be in there. What a candle. 30-point candle. Now, the reason I have the Dow, going back to those minus twos, I'm slightly interested in the minus twos now, because if I get in at the minus twos, now I can catch heat all the way down to my entry again, right? And instead of being $115 in heat when I get down there, I'll be $70 plus the 30 I already get. I'll really only be $40 in heat to get all the way down to here. So this now becomes a situation where I'd probably be okay going here.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Which I assume is where the minus twos will get to if this continues to go. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Good thing we didn't take that Russell trade. Good thing. But we'll find out in 4 minutes. I'm much more interested. Would have got smacked by the Russell. Man, they do not like the small caps today. And the ATR on the Russell is 51 or 50.21. I always round up. So 51. So we're pretty much 10 points away from reaching the full range, which we saw yet it's already cleared yesterday's full range. Pretty much right below lows of the day if we get in here. Who knows, the market might want to dump for the whole day. We'll see. Nasdaq still heavy. I'm gonna have to look at the options. See how the puts are doing. Got some puts out today. I don't like this one. I didn't like that one. That was weird. Suck it down. Let's go. We want to get in. We want in a trade again. We want another trade. If it kind of dances around here for a minute 45 seconds, which the clock is here. I don't know if you guys can tell. I think our delay is like 10 seconds or so, 15 seconds. But you can see our delay down here. So I got 130 left in this candle right now. I would be inclined to jump in a little bit earlier if it doesn't come down and touch it right now, if we close out this candle. Because I'd like to close out this candle and then try and get a little bit of wick up. Back maybe to POC. But it looks like we're going to get our fill anyway here.
Order filled. Order submitted.
I am not interested in this right now. Oh, look. We're taking some heat. The trade management for this trade now is an ad down at prior session POC. More target. 432. How much heat will I take down to there? 432 is my entry. I'd get back in at 186 for a second contract. Oh, I'm at 332. I'm sorry. So 146. I'm in at 342. I want to take this to 186 divided by 2. I'd be $78 in the red. But we have a realized of $28 so far today. So yeah, I'll be $50 in the red if it comes down and fills me again. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to wait. Those are the two outcomes. My exit will be dynamic and it will follow the minus ones. We'll see how this goes. Do things want to stay heavy? What do you want to do now? If you guys watching, up here is the symbol that I'm looking at. I'm just scrolling through, just watching what stuff does. Really anything I can do to distract me from this chart, the trade I'm in. I'm just getting a sense what's going on here. Go down.
Order filled.
Two for two today, guys. 10 a.m. in the morning. 57 on the day. I think we're going to flatten all. I think that is going to be it for me today. I am not greedy, and I also don't like staring at the charts all day. So I'm going to flatten everything, at least for now.
Order
Flatten all,
canceled.
cancel all, and I think that's going to be it. Just quick trade recap that will be on YouTube later. I have the live streams, but then I've been just clipping just the trade. So if you just got here and you really want to see them in action. But yeah, we took a -1, which was off session high of day and developing pocket at the time. We took that line to line. We then waited for market open. We got a nice flush. Took the -2s, line to line. We thought about taking this trade, which would have been not so good. And we don't take that trade because it was on a huge expanding candle. I will be interested to maybe set some resting orders later, but I definitely like to step away from the chart for a little bit. I'm going to go for a run. That's what I do to clear my mind after trading. And then if I am so inclined, I will jump in. But if not, we will be back here tomorrow. Dow just dropped to the high of Thursday and Friday. Range share levels are amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's the trading off the 30-minute chart, or the range trader as Rod calls them. It's just been, when I started trading and using the VWAP, and like I said, I can't stress it enough. We use the bands to make our trades today with Confluence, right? It all starts on the 30-minute chart. If the 30-minute chart doesn't say we're good to go, and especially if the range doesn't say we're good to go, we do not enter trades. I was fully prepared to have a snow day, outside day up. We only were taking longs, right? We said we will take longs on pullbacks. Yeah. So it's just very nice. Range trade will get you done. And speaking of getting you done, like I said, if you took some green from the market, I'm not the king at the table that's trying to eat everything. I want the crumbs. And that's a pretty good crumb for me. Equity high. And yeah, I can't ask for anything more. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Please let me know. Maybe let me make a poll. Let's see. Engage with your audience. I want to make a poll. This would be anonymous. Background music. Yes or no? Was it good? Start poll. Yeah, no, I just trying to make it a little bit better for you guys. If you did enjoy, if you enjoyed it, no, huh? All right, there's some no's. If you enjoyed the background music, let me know. If you didn't, please let me know as well. I'm curious on both accounts. All right, just see if it. I am here. I'm learning it for you guys. I'm trying to get it figured out. What's going to be the best way to keep the stream going? Yeah. So that's it. See you guys tomorrow, 9:15 ish, depending on what the market's doing.